obviously coming off a Saturday, excited that we're 1-0. It was a great game, great atmosphere, wonderful day for Memphis. Going back and being able to watch the game and kind of reevaluate, I thought it was a game that we really dominated in just about all phases. There were some things that, especially at the line of scrimmage, we controlled the game having 38 minutes of time of possession. We were able to run the football. We were able to stop the run. I thought defensively was an exceptional plan. Great execution by our players. Hats off to Coach Fuller and the defensive staff for what they were able to do. Special teams, especially with our punt unit, did a remarkable job of flipping field position. The sky punt that got down at the 1 yard line, arguably could be one of the plays of the game to help kind of put us in position to seal the victory. The way that we were able to manage the game offensively was something I was impressed with. We started 3 new starters and really four guys at new positions, but to be able to run the football, control the game in that aspect. We were very efficient passing the ball. There were just some things that we did that we have to get corrected. I think we had 7 penalties, on the offensive side of the ball. We had a huge return that was negated due to a penalty. There were enough things that showed up in that game that could cost us games here in the future to be able to win and get a victory against an SEC opponent was something that we celebrated. But we came back to work yesterday, and our football team understands that we've got a lot of work to do, and this is a critical week for our program with how we prepare, the focus that we have in our improvement. And we know we've got a team that's coming in this Saturday that has talent. The Southern team is very well coached. They've got some great playmakers across the board in every phase. And we're going to have to come out and continue to improve and truly focus on ourselves, much like we said last week, to play to the best of our ability. Yeah, I mean, I thought in the run game, our guys really set the tone, and I was pleased with them. They played with confidence. That was a big defensive front that we went against, and that was one of the question marks that I had going into it. But those guys, they responded at a high level. In pass protection, we've got to do a better job of protecting our quarterback. We tried to move the pocket quite a bit, and even with that, with some protected nakeds and bootlegs, I mean, we weren't getting ourselves in the right position, and we got a lot of pressure on Brady. He wasn't really ever able to set his feet. I thought he did a nice job. I think we were 75% completion or somewhere in that range. He did a nice job of taking what they were giving us. We were able to hit one ball down the field. It was pretty good. You had a couple of intermediate passes, but at the end of the day, we got to do a better job of being able to give him some more time, and so that we can push the ball further down the field. Well, I mean, the first game is always an opportunity to see, what your team is all about. And that game was one that was necessary for our program. It was one against a quality opponent. It was one that we had some question marks going in certain positions. We had some expectations at others. I expected our depth to be better. I was excited to see how our team would play and take the field in a season opener, and to be able to perform across the board, doing the things necessary to win a game, and then to finish the game the way that we did. I thought it spoke volumes about the young men that we have. And I love the confidence that our kids had. We've got a lot to correct, though. There are a lot of mistakes. So I'd say a weight lifted off the shoulders. It was the first game, and we're glad to be 1-0. We did the things that we needed to do. It was a great day for our city. It was a great day for our program. Anytime you get to play on national TV in a showcase game, you want to play well, and I thought we represented Memphis very well with what we did there Saturday. But now we've got to improve and get better for this upcoming week. Yeah, I think that's what you always want, and just to have it wasn't just the game day atmosphere. It was what that game meant to our city, the expectations, the excitement. there were a lot of things that went into it. For people that were able to be in the stands, they had a great energy. There was a buzz, all around the stadium from the Tiger Walk at 8:30 in the morning. It was probably one of the best that I've been to. It was just incredible. And then really what it meant to people that weren't able to go to the game, that couldn't be there. They saw that Memphis had success, and that's something that we take a great deal of pride in, and how we represent the city, and making sure that we're performing at a high level. And for us to win that game with the country watching, we're really pleased about that. It was huge, and I think anybody in this program would tell you that Q is one of the hardest working guys we have in our program, and he brings it every day, from the mental aspect, physical aspect. He did some things on special teams, even in our punt coverage, had a huge tackle with one of their returns. But when the time came, and Dre obviously got ejected for the targeting penalty, but he was ready. And we talk to guys all the time, as you never know when your number is going to be called, and his number was called, and he answered the bell, and you got the big interception, and I thought did a nice job throughout the game. We had a couple of them last year with Austin, and so we've had a couple. Austin Hall was the national player of the week last year a couple times. So we've had that, but it was great for Bryce in this game, in that stage, to be able to be recognized, with an award of that. For representing the way that he played, and our guys, I think it was all in all a great defensive effort from everybody on that side of the ball. Bryce played at a extremely high level. He was disruptive in the running game. He was disruptive, getting to the quarterback, and then you have the play. I talked about the punt putting in a position, but that was the play of the game, and to get to the quarterback, to get the safety, to build it to a 5-point lead. It sets the stage for how we needed to end it, and I thought Bryce had a great junior season. He set himself up to put himself in a position to have a great senior year, and he got off to a wonderful start. We've got to clean up some of the mistakes, and I think there were a lot of bright spots. And I was pleased in so many areas. There's some things on the perimeter. Our perimeter blocking has to get better. We had a couple opportunities in short yardage situations that we had some run pass options. I thought Brady made the right choice, put the ball in the right place. But we weren't good enough in some of those one-on-one situations that we need to be. Continuing to build off of the success we had running the football. We got to grow on our pass protection, but you can't find yourself behind the chains. And when you have 7 penalties on the offensive side, that's a challenge to overcome. We did it at times, but we weren't able to do it enough. You absolutely did, Jason. Thanks, Jeff. It's when you're a first-time starter in college football in that type of stage. There's a lot of anxiety. There's excitement. There's probably a sick feeling. There's nerves. You want to do everything right, and he got a little anxious at times and left early, and those are things he's gonna have to learn from. And but he played hard and he played physical, and there were some plays that he made in the game that helped spark some big runs, and then there at the end it was a critical one. And so I like the group that we have, and the fact that we had to play 8-9 offensive linemen throughout the game was good to see, especially against a talented defensive front. So I think that's going to be an experience that we can build off of. But there were definitely a lot of nerves and things. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. There's game one bumps and bruises. I don't think anything's going to be too extended a period of time. It's because it's really, and I said it last week going into it, and I know it sounds like coach speak, but it's really about us. in these first games, these early games in the season. You can prepare and plan, and we did for Ole Miss. We had a great plan. I thought coaching staff did a wonderful job, but really you don't know what you're going to see until it's kicked off, and then you have to adapt and adjust. And it's really the same thing this week. I mean, our focus has to be about our improvement. The mistakes that we made have to get corrected, but then we've got to build off some of the positives that we saw. Continue to push the depth. I think we're going to get hopefully a couple guys back. Keith Brown I think is going to be available at a higher capacity this week. Pushing to get Everett Cunningham back, which will be good. But it's about the team, and we talked about it last week. Whatever it takes was the kind of the message to our team, and that's going to continue to be the message. That it doesn't matter necessarily what it looks like or what side of the ball does this or that. I mean, we've got to find a way to be successful. And that was one of the things I was most pleased with, is that the way our defense was playing, we were able to control the ball offensively. We were able to extend drives. Yes, we want to score as many points as we possibly can, but we, for the most part, protected the football. We were able to control the time of possession, and then at the end of the game, we had to end it. And I thought our guys finished at a high level. So this week, whatever it takes, whatever it looks like, we've got to be prepared to do, and the only way you'll be able to do that is by improvement. Yeah. Well, Kenny was a guy I think last week I talked about of being somebody that I was excited about, and he showed up well, and he's an exceptional player. He can do a little bit of everything. What he did catching the ball out of the backfield, had some nice runs, lined up in Wildcat there at the end and helped us seal the game. We talked about the headsy play of being able to get down. In game one there was a couple situations that showed up that you worked through all during camp, and you hope that the time that you pour into it is going to help give guys confidence to be able to execute in those situations. We had a kickoff return after a safety. We had the situation that showed up where we didn't want to score even if they let us score. We were going through a 4-minute deal, or 4-minute drill, and we knew when it hit a certain point, we tell our guys to there's no moss. We get the first down and get the first down and then get down. And to see a redshirt freshman in that moment to go out there and execute when he's from Mississippi. I'm sure there's a lot of things in him that wanted to get in the end zone and go score, but it was not about him. It was about the team. And to make a headsy decision like that, to put us in a position where we can get in a victory formation, it's all about the W.
Was there a play that kind of like a certain number of touches you had to have for him? Kind of like
it's kind of whatever they were giving us. When that position, you can force feed the ball to him at times, which we're always going to do. But also on the same thought, the read's got to take the ball to him, and he's got to be ready when it does. And I thought that's what he did a great job of. Anytime you want to direct snap it to him or line him in the backfield and give him a direct run, we can do that. And I thought he did a great job. But then also when he was on the perimeter, as a pass receiver, he shut up well there. Well, I mean, it was something that he was ready for it. So he definitely. I thought he got better as the game went on. He started off well, but then you could see the confidence really growing in him. And so we had a lot of confidence in what he would do, and he showed up big. It's a normal game one things. I don't think anything coming out of the game is going to be a long extended period of time. We might have some guys that are available, or some guys that might not be available this week, but we won't know that till later in the week. Oh yeah, it was a run pass option, and we actually had them misaligned. They only had one player. They had the corner that was out there. We had two players. They had one from the hash over. So it was just it was a mistake, a fundamental mistake that in a block, and their corner. And their corner made a great play, avoiding the block. But if we catch the ball, get the block, it's probably going to score. And so it was. I thought it was a good decision to get the ball out. It was a tempo call, and the quarterback had the option to take it, which I think he made the right choice. I think any quarterback, Brady's been very efficient on the run throughout his career here. It's hard to be as efficient when you get pressure, and that's where we were not as clean as we'd like to be on a couple of those movement throws with some of the protection. I thought Brady was efficient with the ball. It's just those are things that we're going to have to continue to work on. We've done it all through fall camp. We've done it. I thought he did a really nice job in the game. The one play, the interception on the screen pass, he was trying to get the ball down to his feet. The ball kind of goes a little higher, but we can't have that play. But other than that, I thought he played really well. We definitely want to build on it. I thought it was great to see us get to the quarterback. I thought our defensive front played at a very high level. I thought that they were aggressive, played with effort. Really in every phase they were dominant in what they showed. But there's still a lot of things that we can grow and do to help enhance what their skill set is. And I like the group. I think that you saw Morris Joseph got in there a little bit. I think we played 9 guys that were all very productive in their time. But you've added Everett Cunningham. You get Keith Brown back. I mean, that's going to be a couple pieces that I know can help us win football games. So we're excited about where the depth is, but it's going to be necessary. I mean, you go through a season, there's going to be bumps and bruises that are going to show up, and we're going to need all of them to be able to play to our full potential. We're gonna throw what we have, at each opponent, and you want to put your guys in the best position to be successful. We pride ourselves on having plenty of versatility, and you'll be able to be creative in our attack and what we do. So it's the same plan. I mean, as we've always had. You do. I mean, and I'll tell you that I think this is a team that's really well coached. I mean, they do a great job in their presentation. They're going to make you defend option. They've got some skilled athletes on the perimeter that can make you pay. Quarterbacks can spin it around you pretty well. I mean, you have to watch both of them. Both of them are capable with their legs. They present some challenging schematic things that we're going to have to face, but. Once again, I want to see our football team, take the field, playing fast, playing confident, improving fundamentally, and with our techniques and things that we're asking them to do. And if we do that, then hopefully we'll put ourselves in the best position to achieve success.